Konnichiwa, Nakama. I am your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Choices of the Stories You Play weekly recap. Let's go ahead and dive in. First things first is Freshman. Oh, I'm sad about having to spend time with Becca and the Diamonds. I really am. I feel there was a music video recently I watched. There was 3 girls, one was blonde. They were walking down the street. They were singing. That's what it looked like. The main character, Caitlin and Becca. I feel like it's the trio now. I feel like Becca is going to become more and more, but hopefully there's less of a restriction. I feel like they're carrying over what they did with Love Hacks now to Freshman. I wish they'd stop it. Freshman had its own feel. Don't do it. Meeting Brandon, the awkwardness. I mean, that was awkward. No one wants to bump into an ex in public. No one wants to. I myself don't want to, because typically, for me, I've never wronged an ex. 95% of the time, I have been wronged. One relationship, we just decided, you know, I feel like you'd be better off without me, and that was me saying that. So, I mean, yes, I get it. It was a need for closure. It made Zach feel better. Oh my god, entire 8 chapters in a whole book, essentially. And 40 to 50% of it was Zach. I get it. We're trying to make him feel more like part of the group and less like a side character, but there's other ways you could have done it, really. There's a lot of other ways you could have done it. Love the artwork. Don't think I mentioned that enough. Oh, I love when they do it. It's just something that I've always been fascinated with. I love playing games, and it has fantastic artworks. It doesn't have to be high resolution 4K, blah, 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 blah. As long as it's something memorable, and you're going to remember it. And you look at it, and it's just like, wow, that's truly stunning. That's beautiful. It's something that you really like. So, Kevin Driver waved us on stage. Both of us. But only Zach went, and that wasn't even a diamond option. That was just Zach going, bye. And he goes up there and he sings, and then he comes off, and he's like, yeah. And by the way, would you like to dive off the stage? It'll cost diamonds. Like, okay. I don't even think that was a punishment, because I am not one to, I mean, I don't see my ass diving off any stage anytime soon and getting a thrill from it. I really don't. I really don't. Like I said, hopefully Becca has more presence in the future. There's a possibility she'll burn a bridge, however, because when she goes back to college, she may be the same old Becca. She may go back to that, get the away from me, like, she may go back to that. I hope not. I feel like Madison having friends of her own now, and Madison even having a relationship, I feel like she's kind of broken off from the Becca thing. But you never know. You never know. Hopefully they don't. Like I said, hopefully it turns into a trio and she warms up to people a little bit more and she gets rid of that rough side. But until then, I'm still a little suspicious. I'm still a little... I feel like she might swing back that way come college. Well, I guess we'll see. Basically, she needs to stop acting the way she's been acting if she wants to be part of the group. She needs to stop acting like that little girl in high school that, I'm just too good for you. Like, it has no real, yes, it has real world applications, but it's so dying out. And it's only from the rich, you know, snobby type that really you get that. And even the rich snobby type, as we can see in Royal Romance, they don't all act like that. So keep that in mind. Next on to Crown in the Flame. Ken and Dom. We all want them to have some romance. Especially for the last time. Maybe. You never know. Dom may die. Ken may die. Both may die, or both may live. Have a fruitful relationship. Become king and queen. Rule Stormhold. And have children and just... Who knows? Well, maybe we'll meet a descendant in time. I just wish there was a little bit more romance options without Diamond Walls. I really wish there were. If they're going to keep this up, this trend, I really wish that they would allow ad revenue. Oh my god, there's so many apps that I go through on a daily basis. I trial out and then I add them to a folder, right? For when we're going to play them. There's like a couple right now that I was going to try with you guys. That are in a folder, that are ready, willing, such as Mystic Messenger. And there's, I'd say, a good dozen or so really good solid apps, but choices right now, that's the niche of this channel. Though I'm trying to add more variety, it seems like the variety is not really well met, and I really wish people would. I really wish people would open more up to that and seeing other games. I'm hoping Detroit Becomes Human helps bridge that gap. I'm also considering Undertale's on the Steam sale right now, in case you're a PC gamer and you didn't know and you've been hiding under a rock, or you're not even a PC gamer. You're just a person that has a computer. There's a lot of good games that don't require dramatic, good PC, like graphics cards and shit, that's on Steam, really cheap on sale. If you ever need some PC advice, I'm your go-to guy. If I can't answer it, I will find the answer, or I'll get my buddy who works literally in IT and everything to help. So, that being said, there's a lot of games that I want to get into, but I feel like people are wanting choices only. So yeah, even Fallout Shelter I use as a rant to get to know me, and people just, it kind of dies off. It kind of sucks, because it feels like, and a lot of top YouTubers say this, that they had to do things that made them unhappy, and they didn't get to connect with their community and things like that to get the subs, the views, and everything, and then eventually they become big and tall, and then they're like, well, there's no point now, and I don't want to be that person. That's why I comment and reply to a lot of the commenters and things like that. But hopefully, I'm trying to add more variety. I'm trying to here and there. But hopefully, Pixelberry, wake up. You're one of the top grossing apps right now. You're one of the top apps, period, but you're also one of the top grossing apps. And it's you gotta get back to your community, because people are getting burnt out. I sit in choices groups, 3 of them, with thousands and thousands of people, the YouTube comments, the YouTubers. We all talk, and we're kind of getting burnt out on the diamond walls, because then people go to either people that cheat or people that have a nice big wallet to fork out for keys and diamonds, and I don't. I take care of 2 special needs brothers, and my money is tight. So doing diamonds when and if I can is a luxury. It really is. Moving on, Raiden and the Mixture, untested. So, I mean, it could have killed Kenna. It could have given her a really horrible allergic reaction, a rash. It could have done. It could be a ticking time bomb. We don't know. Honestly, think about it. While right now she's able to use that power, we don't know what's going to happen in a couple days after the fight. Like I said, this may be the last time Kenna fights. She may be down and out. She may get real sick. So yeah, untesting it. Raiden, bro, come on. So back to the diamond issue. You get all 4 love interests if you want to spend time with them or whatnot. What was it? Val, Raiden, Annalise, and Dom, I believe. I don't know if people want to see all 4 love interests in the future when I do a Diamond Edition. I'm going to be starting Crown of the Flame here soon, which, by the way, I did Haunting in Braidwood Manor. Full, complete Diamond Edition is up on the channel. That's one of the reasons why I didn't get around to doing the recap until the beginning of the week, because I was busy trying to do that and do other things, and, you know, I get so much to manage that it's not funny. So I don't know if people want that. If people do, the popularity and whatnot for Crown of the Flame has to go up, because it's so low. It's one of the lowest viewed things. And I go to other YouTubers' channels who do the Diamond Editions, and yes, they're a little higher, which sucks because I offer unique perspectives and interesting choices and my own unique choices in and of themselves. But yeah, I don't do Diamond choices when we first go through, because like I said, I'm not making money. But I digress. I don't know if people want the all 4 love interests just to see. Strictly it's Dom and Kenna for now. That's what I ship. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to weigh my options, because yeah. Anyway, moving on to rules of engagement. I still think Nana's a huge troll. I'm serious. Still wondering what also Violet's task is. She's very mysterious about it. I don't think Violet's task is to sabotage us. I think it's to be a family again. I think that's one of the reasons why Nana included that photo, as well as tried to show a little bit of connection with everyone. And I feel like the Violet has relied so much on Aunt Mallory and the sabotaging, and hey, I'll get you all the, I'll give you money. You'll forfeit, but then it'll go to me, so by your forfeiting your task, it all goes to Aunt Mallory by default, by Nana's request. Which surprises the shit out of me, but I digress. How in the hell Nana even thought that was a wise decision? I don't know. Let's put it this way. My family in the past, long ago when I was just a kid, long story short, I watched my grandma and my aunt fight over estates of both my great-grandma and my great-grandpa. I watched them fight over them. They would literally take even the smallest things. And I was really attached to my great-grandma. She was probably the most humblest, awesome woman I have ever known in my entire life. And I look forward to going over like once or twice a month. And she will look forward to me coming over. She would make chili. We'd sit there, watch Golden Girls and all these cool shows. Which, speaking of which, if you're old enough, here's a question. There was a show with a doctor. He had a dog. They ran on a beach. I'm trying to remember that show, and I've been trying to remember it for a long time. It was a Labrador, I believe. And the doctor was a pediatrician. And then he had the really kooky kind of comic neighbor. And then there was also, I believe, a female that was like a friend or another neighbor or something. Let me know if you know what that show is. I remember it all, man. I just don't remember the name of it. I remember the run in the beginning of the show. They would run down the beach. Well, like I said, she would look forward to that. Well, like I said, long story short, when my great-grandma was in ICU and everything, people were already fighting over her shit. I watched my grandfather already before my grandmother was 6 feet under. She was still warm and in the hospital, and he was already going through her shit and getting rid of it or selling it. My family has just been a fucking terrible one, okay? It's just been shit. It's, when I look at my family, it's not a real family. There's a reason why I got my brothers and yeah. So, with that being said, I really wish I wish Violet would say, you know what? Do I really want to burn my siblings? Do I really want to hurt my family that maybe one day I may need whatnot? Do I really want to burn that bridge? Apparently, because my mother, she's going to burn me as soon as this is all said and done. As soon as we get this inheritance money, she's going to burn us all. That Aunt Mallory is shit. She is the most despicable human being in the world. And going and tearing apart your family in the effort for money is just shit. It really is shit. With that being said, hopefully Violet comes to her senses. We've tried being really nice. Even though Violet has been a stinker in the past, she hasn't been one of those, do you really wrong? She's just been kind of like Olivia or Becca, where, she's got a rough edge. But, down inside, like I said, I hope Chaz comes in. I hope he warms her up a little. I hope the family shows that we can be there for you. I hope she changes. I really do. I love Carmen. I love her. Oh, God, I love that. She is kind of like the positive to Mallory's negative. She's a fantastic character. I look forward to more. I want to know, because I know, especially people who've worked in banquet managing and all these things, how did Chaz, who's an employee of the ship, and all these other employees, and they're having a private party, no less, how did he not enforce the policy? Because Aunt Mallory was not invited. He should have escorted her out, okay? Get the out. Could you please? No, I'm going to throw you off board or throw you off the ship. If Mallory continued, yes, you can be kicked off the ship. That's it. We're dropping you off in the next location. We don't care. Like, that's how these work. It's like a plane ride. If you act up on the plane, guess what? There's a U.S. Marshal or whoever security on that board. They will detain you, and at the nearest landing platform, they will drop you off to the law enforcement. That's how this works. How in the hell that's not working? Apparently, I don't understand. I don't understand how Audrey can get in trouble, but not Mallory. I feel like Pixelberry's moral compass is at an all-time low, and I feel like people can just walk on one another, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes about love hacks, which has been one of the things that have really triggered me, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. Next is Royal Romance. Not much to go over, though I do feel like Bertrand continues to set us up without preparation at all. It's just like, you want me to win, but you're not willing to prep me at all. And it's like you just sit there and you put down Maxwell. Again, another person of middle age, 40s, 50s, that puts people down, that says you can't do this right. Like, you know what? Maxwell's been handling shit just fine, thank you very much. He's been there for me, the main character, more than anyone else. And you're what again? No, shut the fuck up. Learn your goddamn place. We are doing this for your estate, so you can be up there and be like, well, I see, shit, Queen is because of us. And then they start getting money, which I don't know how that works. I'm sorry, I'm not royalty. Like, but, I don't know. Anyway, so many diamond options. Oh my god, so many diamond options. This week is horrible. It feels like they keep increasing. And then it's no surprise, and I've stopped my enforcement of people, though we do not discuss it on my channel, we do not discuss it in the Pixelberry groups. And we don't discuss it on the page either. But I've stopped my, hey Pixelberry, this person is doing this with your diamonds and pissing up. And I'm like, you know what, as long as they don't step on my toes, I don't care. Like, I'm serious. I don't care. Because I can feel, my wallet feels it. Yeah, other people who actually do spend a little bit here and there on diamonds, they're coming to me and they're being like, you know what, I don't feel it. Like, Braidwood Manor this week. Me and a friend really got a heated discussion because they really felt like the diamond option at the end was not worth it. It was a slap in the face. It was shit. It was just everything. And I'm like, well, and yet at the end I had to kind of agree with him because it was, I get it, the fact that the kids were innocents and they got to float up. And for a diamond option, you got to choose to keep her there or not, which okay, let me be honest with you. In our lives, I want you to think about it. In your life, you're a caretaker of something, right? If you're not, I guess that's good for you. But in our lives, we take care of pets. We take care of our family. We take care of children. We take care of, whoever. There's always someone that kind of we're caretaker of, right? That's how I look at it. And you look at it for Eleanor's perspective, not just did she take care of her siblings in life, but also in death. For over 100 years, she kept up the illusion. Imagine that for 100 years. The kids never questioned it. The kids never said, you know what, I'm not growing, Aunt Eleanor. The mailman's never coming. We never see Mom and Dad. For 100 years, she kept them kids content. Can you imagine that? So that is my argument. Where we're totally getting off task here with Royal Romance, but that's a diamond option that I argue for. I argue it has a reason. It has a purpose. It's not totally illogical, but yes, it is. But then it's not. It sucks that the kids couldn't stay too. But like I said, they're innocents. They've already been told they're dying. How do you, as a child, say, well, you can come back to life? You've already been killed. No. And you know what? I think it's about time the kids went to, if you believe in heaven or the energy void or any religion you believe in, they went and spent time with their father. That's how I look at them. I still believe something is wrong with the health of the king. I really do. I think that's why there was one of the urgencies to have Liam take being a king ASAP. That's one of the reasons why Liam asked some of her questions that were a deciding factor for Liam about, do you really think you could go in and handle being queen right now? I felt like we should have asked him the question. Do you feel like you could have handled going in and being king? No one is prepared, okay? No one's, you know what, I'm going to tell you this. No one is prepared for something you've never handled before. When I was a kid, or well, not a kid, teenager, on my first job ever, I was working in a chicken place. We make fried chicken and all that crap, okay? When I was back there, and I usually would make coleslaw, potatoes, biscuits. My biscuits, people were like, oh my god, the biscuits are fantastic. Because I would do I love biscuits with a bunch of butter on them. Like, not too much. You just wanted a damn good, like, where it would soak in while they're cooking. I could make you some killer biscuits. Oh, Lord. Anyway. So, there was a day that it was one of our busiest days. The chef was not in yet, and we needed a cooker. So, hey, let's teach him on one of the busiest days in the world. Well, there was a little bit of grease on the floor. I dropped all the chicken on the floor. One, I suggest, don't think because you're going during a busy time that you're going to get fresh chicken. Oh, you may get fresh chicken, or you may get chicken on the floor, okay? I'm not going to go. That was not my decision. Basically, then the grease thing overflew. I didn't understand, and they didn't explain it to me. They were just like, you know what, drop the chicken, do this, do that, put it in the thing, and blah, blah, blah. And they were just telling me how to fry the chicken. Oh, that I got. But busting my ass and moving at the speed of light and everything when I was just used to going at my own pace, that was new for me. That was something just, So, my question to Liam, do you think you're ready to be king? His answer should be no. No one is prepared for taking a massive role like that. No one's prepared for one day you're sitting in a call center and, hi, thank you for calling. My name is, and you're like, and then all of a sudden it's, well, by the way, you've done such a great job. Congratulations, welcome to being manager. Go out there and manage 40 people. You're like, wait, what? What? I'm not prepared for this. And then that comes a time when you're found out to be either a born natural leader, or you're not. You're not, and you get demoted. So, yeah, moving on. Love hacks. I love the dopey cat puzzle. I love it. The little food thing and piecing them all together, and then Blair at the end got to play it. I love that. Horatio really needs to go back to the double cap. This damn guy and getting a job. He goes and bunny hops, new chapter every day. Dude, come on, go back to the double tap. Shouldn't it be repaired by now? Also, you know, he gets a job faster than anyone I've ever known. God damn, man. Like, shit. Pixelberry. Okay, so this is one of the things I wanted to bring up. Here we are again with drama. With Horatio and the whole diamonds to stand up for someone or don't and walk away. I do not consider myself a feminist. I consider myself an open-minded person who would defend those who need justice. And I would take a bullet for a stranger, honestly, because that's just who I am. You should not hurt anyone. Okay? So, that being said, I almost feel like Pixelberry at times has a really hidden agenda on sexism and a dash of feminism. I mean, God, shit. Love hacks now with the Martin and TJ thing. Nothing became of that. Nothing. You honestly could write a story and a book just based on being a lawyer and going and pushing things like that. Like I said, I kind of hope Alex, at the end of Rules of Engagement, there's a book that's for Alex, and he and Eleanor have Elena, excuse me, he and Elena have a thing, and they're sticking together, and they're doing the law firm, and they're defending people, and all the shit. Because Holy shit, this does... for those reading this shit, this does not happen. It does happen in real life, but just walking away and going, oh, well, that happened. All right, well, someone sexually harassed me. Yes, there's going to be cases where you lose. But let me tell you this from a psychological perspective. It is better to stand up and face your accuser than to not. I know somebody who lost that bullshit was very flamboyantly just sexually harassing towards someone. Went in front of, a court and peers and everything, and because the guy dressed up as a little nerd and, had some people to say, no, he's a really great guy, blah, 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 he lost. Because back then, there was no cameras and all over the place. There was no microphones all over the place. There was no cell phones. Back then, it was those big, chunky goddamn things, So I was told that story as I got older. But back then, yeah. So, I mean, it's really shit that our main character never faced Martin and TJ. It never even Ben stood up. I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of him defending, but him just knocking the shit out of Martin or TJ. I mean, you're not even letting the guy help the... it's just... There's no sense of justice, and that kind of upsets me. You can make, and there's rumors of a superhero book, you can make the superhero book all you want. There's no sense of justice in normal day, everyday lives in the books. That pisses me off. Because that's a person I am. I think everyone should have justice that's been wronged. But I digress. Also, what's worse is, it seems like the females... at times, like I said, that Ben thing, and at times I feel like the guys just step back, and like the Horatio thing, they just step back, and yeah, they let the females handle it, but again, I'm a little old-fashioned. I'm a guy who will get in your face, and because you're berating some woman, I will get in your face and be like, yo, you are crossing the line, bud. Back the fuck down. Seriously, back down before you get smacked down, okay? That's just who I am. That's just who I am. Finally, Horatio, and him not going after her. I feel like that was a yin and yang. I feel like that would have been an excellent relationship. Horatio and I believe her name was Parker. I feel like that would have been something awesome. I feel like that's something that they should have gone with, but they didn't. Again, the delivery chick at Double Tap, that never happened, and we didn't even get a chance to go with Parker. So, I don't know what to say. It just sucks, because Horatio's kind of a really cool guy. I honestly wish the MC and the main character would have gotten a chance to date him ourselves. So, I don't know what's up with that. But, I digress. Other than that, hold on there a second, allergies. Oh, I do apologize. At least you're left with some great Crown of the Flame music, huh? Makes you want to play it, doesn't it? Or makes you want the diamond version. Like I said, I'm thinking about doing the diamond version of Crown of the Flame. Let me know in the comment section below. We have a choice. Okay? So I'm gonna leave it to you guys, because I'm sitting on the fence about it. I'm inkling towards Crown of the Flame. But do people want Freshman Book 2? And by the way, it's going to be Caitlin edition first. It's always going to be. And then it would move on to either James or Chris. I would put up a poll. Or do you guys want something until Endless Summer Book 2 comes out? Then I'll jump right on Endless Summer Book 1 Diamond Edition. Like I said, I'm waiting, because doing Diamond choices in Book 1 is going to offset... yeah, it's going to screw up. Plus, we don't know if it's coming out this week. We don't know if it's coming out next week. We don't know when it is. They said July, so I'm not counting on it. It can be any time in July. So we got a lot of other books right now we could be doing Diamond editions of. So I'm not going to you know, not going to jump on something and then it's going to screw something up for everyone. We're going to be like, well, now your playthrough's kind of messed up. Yeah, it's just not going to work, okay? So, like I said, I'm leaning towards Crown of the Flame. If no one says anything, Crown of the Flame it is. Otherwise, we have between Freshman Book 2, Crown of the Flame Book 1, or Rules of Engagement Book 1. That's what I'm going with. I'm saving the other books, like Love Hacks Book 1, and things like that. Oh, excuse me, I had to call. I'm saving those for later. Like I said, it's going to be already strenuous enough to go through and do Freshman Book 2, Caitlin. And then to immediately go to, like, a James or Chris edition, it's deja vu much. People are going to get burnt out. So, that's why I'm wanting to do one type, then move on to something else, then go back, do it Chris or James, and go back to something else, and go back to... You know what I'm saying? I'm figuring you understand it. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm saying. Other than that, I hope y'all did enjoy the wrap-up. Let me know in the comment section below if you did, what you want me to do, anything you want to bring up. Discussion. That's what these are typically for. Feel free to like and share the video. Also, feel free to head down in the description below. You can follow me on social media, or if you want to support my content at all, which would be greatly appreciated, feel free to do that. There's a couple links down there as well. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.